The Apostle John said this in 3rd John chapter 1, verses 2 and 3. He says, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in good health, just as your soul prospers." Now stop and think about this. Wait a minute. This was in the Bible 2,000 years ago. And it's only been recently, in the last 50, 60, 100 years, that we started realizing the role that emotions play in how our body functions, and how that negative, fearful people tend to get sick more. They die early, they have more diseases, they struggle with all of these things in life. And so we get this insight provided, like I say, almost 2,000 years ago, that says, look, if you let your soul prosper, in other words, if you let your soul become healthy, if you let your soul become abundant, then in all things, you're going to experience good health and actually prosperity. And that word prosperity isn't necessarily just about getting rich and that kind of thing, but it's about living in abundance. I'm telling you, people that are optimistic, they're the ones that see opportunity. So many times people are like, Jim, I want to learn how to be an entrepreneur like you have. For those of you that know me, you know that all my years in the ministry, I've always found ways to create money outside the ministry, so I'm not having to beg for money for me and my family all the time. Now, I do get a modest paycheck from the ministry, and I'm thankful for that. But, I had 5 kids and a wife, and I wanted to raise them in a quality of life that was greater than what the ministry could afford to give me. Plus, I wanted resources to put into the ministry, to invest into the ministry. And that's what happened. But the reason I was a great entrepreneur is not because I knew business. It wasn't so much I knew business. It was because I was optimistic. Now, I wasn't deceitfully optimistic. I didn't deceive myself about how good something would be or something wouldn't be. But I could look at something, and because I was always expecting things to work out, I could spot the positives. I could spot the opportunities. You can do that yourself. That's not something anybody can teach you. That's something that develops in you when you have hope. Now, remember, when you have hope, that's the precursor to faith. And so you'll move from this place where you just have positive expectations to where you are believing that they are yours right now. Let me just say this in this aspect of hope and faith. Faith is believing that whatever promise God's made to you, believing that it is yours now. Even though you can't see it in the physical world, even though it has not yet manifested, you believe it is yours now. Hope is always about the future. Hope is always believing that it will be yours or it will come to pass. Now, because of our lack of understanding about these subtle differences between hope and faith, many people think that they are in faith when they are in hope. And then they get discouraged because they can't understand why there's not a manifestation that's taking place in their life. Well, and the way we deceive ourselves is like, I'm really expecting this to happen. Man, that's incredible. That is the forerunner of faith, but that is not faith. That is hope. And when you move from hope to faith, you move from expecting something to happen to having this incredible sense that it is yours now, even if it's not manifesting yet.